Fire signs, peace and light and love. Just raising the frequency up a little bit, giving thanks to all of the spiritual supports, helping me to really deliver a message. Happy new moon in Leo. Happy birthday to all of the Leos out here. We got some special energy that we're going to be navigating out here in these cosmic streets today, right now. That sun in Leo just squared Uranus and Taurus, right? That's twisting up this energy in such a way to where we get firm on our square. We got to really make sure we got our egos in check so we don't end up in any unnecessary confrontation that takes us in places that we don't want to be. Mess around and burn bridges out here. That's something we definitely don't want to have. We just got to definitely just check where our heart space is and recognize that the divine has light enough out here for all of us to shine out here in these streets. We got this new moon in Leo that's really going to be encouraging us to nurture that inner child in us. And we can look at each and every area of our life and see where we can bring that childlike creativity back into our lives as we navigate all of this energy that's going to be showing up soon. We got so many planets that's going into retrograde and more that we anticipate down the line. Right now, we got, well, tomorrow, my bad. I was about to say today, right now, but tomorrow we got Venus that's in Leo. We got it squaring Jupiter and Taurus. So we got to watch how we spending our money, overindulgence and all of that stuff. That's a really tricky fixed energy that can really put us in a space to feel like we just need more, more, more. But I'm here to tell you now that we aware of that, we know how to navigate that energy. So we good with that. And then on the 28th, right before I connect with y'all again for this full moon, we got Uranus retrograde coming on. So we definitely, this is going to be right before that Pisces full moon that we going to be linking up for. So this is definitely going to be some energy that's going to be bringing some major changes in our direction, but we need this for our highest and greatest good. Let's never forget that the divine is on the throne at the end of the day. So let's see what message Spirit has for us that's going to assist us in navigating all of these energies as we go away. What is the message the Spirit has for us? I meditated on this message for a little bit, and now I want to tell you just a little bit about what Spirit has for us. The first thing the Spirit wants you guys to know, fire signs, is that nothing at all is set in stone. We got this mutable moon right here that's coming up right about now. See, when there's nothing that's set in stone, we get into this mentality that we start seeing the writing on the wall. We think perhaps maybe we've been there, we've done that, we've got the t-shirt, we see how this goes, and we know how this is going to end up. But when Spirit steps in, letting you know that nothing is set in stone, this is letting you know to stay tuned, because you might see a twist in that story. See, because conclusions are coming in with are within reach. See, this full moon eclipse card comes in here is showing that, see, at the end of the day, we thinking that, like I said again, we ain't seeing the way that it's going to come out. We thinking we already know how this is going to come out. But when conclusions are in reach and nothing not being set in stone, Spirit is letting you know that you got to really pay attention to how this outcome goes, because at the end of the day, all of these lessons that's being presented for you is for your highest and greatest good. This full moon in Virgo card, Spirit is letting you know one thing you need to make sure that you are clear on, fire sign, is that you are good enough. This Virgo full moon is letting you know all of the details. See, sometimes we get into this space where we overthinking all of this little stuff, all of the minutia, right? All of the things that we could have did, we should have did, and how things should have went, and we can review all of this in our mind over and over and over again. But when we know that nothing is set in stone, and even perhaps we believe that the conclusion of how this is going down, we can already predict how things is going to come out, how the outcome turns out, recognize that at the end of the day, that nothing at all is set in stone. And when these conclusions come within reach, know that the divine is always working for your highest and greatest good. You good enough for whatever it is that spirit has put before your life, whatever it is that you have for your path. See, it's all in your birthright. And so when spirit's letting you know that conclusions is on reach, this is just definitely letting you know that you on your path, baby, and that's where it is. The cardinal moon comes through at the end of the day, letting you know, hey, listen, you are good enough. And now it's time for you to be bold and make the first move. See, now spirit is letting you know that, because see, you go out there and you put your moves out there and you thinking maybe things ain't happening for you, but sometimes you go out there, we put a little bit of something in and we don't put that much effort in there. We just put, let me put that out there and everything, and we ain't following up. See, sometimes we got to do a little bit more. We push a little bit extra effort. Like, how bad do you want this at the end of the day? Because if you know what you're doing is good enough, spirit is backing you up, telling you you good enough, then I don't see where the problem is in being bold and making that first move. I'm just saying. So let's take a look, see about this life purpose, the direction that we going and all of that. So spirit is saying that your life purpose is connected to being involved with books. Now, when this card is coming through, this is all about you being able to find that information, that knowledge you need within some of them books. You probably got that right on your shelf. Start picking up some of those things that's been of interest of you and start reigniting your curiosity and go down those rabbit holes. Even if you think you got it all the way together. Sometimes I remember before I had a book and I thought that I kind of knew, I read that book and I wasn't worried about that book. I picked it up and I got a whole nother perspective. So there's something to think about on that particular note, fire signs right there. Check out them books. Get out to that library, the bookstore, wherever that is. You ain't got no books in your life, but them books. But what I saw with what spirit just saw me is that somebody got books right up in their house, right on their shelf, right there all the time. It's there and available for them. You need to be about the business of doing that. So let's talk about your relationships, huh? Let's see what spirit got to say. You got to stay optimistic. So spirit is letting you know that positive thinking and faith is going to bring you romance. See, if you running around thinking that everybody a dog, folks ain't loyal, ain't nobody available to you, all the good ones is gone, that whole mentality, well, then you probably go get a whole lot more of that, what you got in your mind. You do know that what you focus on grows, whether you want it or not, right? It don't make no difference, right? See, so if you focusing on, you go get yourself somebody that's just not going to be compatible, that's not going to be available and everything. If this is what your thinking is, you probably going to just magnetize that type of energy to you. What you probably want to do is focus on the greatness in relationships, the things that you want to see happen, those desired results, right? You know what I'm saying? The kind of relationship that you truly want to be connected to, right? So that way, when you keep that image in your mind and that visualization and the feelings of how great it will feel, you shift your vibration, you shift your frequency, your magnetic field shifts all up, and you start attracting that type of energy in your direction. But you got to stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking is going to help bring it closer to you. Let's see what the archangel got for you before we roll. Fire signs, courage. Archangel Ariel comes through, letting you know that you got to be courageous and stand up for your beliefs, because yet again, nothing is set in stone. And when conclusions are in reach and you are firm on your square, knowing that you good enough and up for the challenge, then you can be bold and make all of those moves. And the Archangel Ariel comes through, letting you know, fire signs, that you can take courage in that. So let's see what individual message we got for the fire signs. We're going to start off with the birthday cats, the Leos. Ow. So we got the 4 of air. And when that 4 air comes through, this is all about you making sure that the way you go about thinking is serving your highest and greatest good. Again, I tell you, Leo, what you focus on grows. See, here we go with this right here. This stay optimistic about your love life. Stay optimistic about your life, Leo. What you focus on grows. You got to know that, Leo, especially you. I mean, you are ruled by the sun. And when you focus on something, it just magnetizes like it's nobody's business. I hope you focusing on those things that you would like to see happen within your life. I truly do. All right, now, let's see who's next. Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on, Sag. Woo! We got them 10 of wands. See, now what we want you to know, the struggle is over with, right? You rocking and rolling. See, what this is all about you being concerned about being overburdened. The struggle, that situation. But I'm here to let you know that the struggle is over, because that was the first thing that came to my mind. That's the first thing that popped in when this card came through, is you don't need to really have to worry about all of that. See, sometimes we get worried about having to work too hard, putting too much effort in there. Is the juice worth the squeeze at the end of the day? Am I putting too much effort in for all of this that I'm trying to do right here? But Spirit is letting you know, absolutely, let's get it, huh? Let's get it. Your struggle is over with. Now, you've been going through this change, and I know it probably has been a struggle for you, but you rest assured that things is going to start working out for your highest and greatest good. All right, Aries. All right. You know that note just switched in your favor. Let's see what you got right here. All right. Woo! Woo! We talking about the ace on fire. Now, this right here is letting you know to be about to be. You need to pursue them ideas that you got that's going on in here, right? See, when this card is coming up, this is all about your creativity being sparked. See, life is starting to speed up for you, right? And as you start to get these ideas, you go ahead and you put that out there. See, don't forget that you are good enough. Don't forget that nothing is set in stone. Don't forget that conclusions are in reach. Don't forget none of that, right? And with this card right here, you're going to be unstoppable. See, this is a card that's letting you know that you're about to go ahead and start taking off. Your life's going to start speeding up. Your ideas is going to start coming through. Your confidence is going to increase. Things is just about to start getting for you. So fire signs, y'all got it going on right about now. Going back again, Leo, focus on what you're trying to do. Sag, recognize the struggle's over with. You done did that. You've been there. You done that. And we know you worked hard. Don't you worry about that no more. It's all good. It's all good. And then we got the Aries, letting you know your ideas is coming into fruition. Things is starting to happen for you. Get it cracking, my friend. Get it cracking, my friend. I hope that this was helpful for you, fire signs. Peace and light, peace and love. Ooh, ooh, ooh.